Greetings and welcome to Haskell. My name is Laura Rice and I work at the Student Success Center. And I created this brief presentation to help guide you in what different usernames and websites you'll need to get started with your classes when they begin in August. So here are the most important things: your student ID number, student portal access, your official Haskell email account, your Blackboard account at Haskell, filing your FAFSA, and then your Haskell eCampus account, which is for textbooks. So your student ID number, it would be located on your acceptance letter to Haskell, right under where your address would be. So it's A, some leading zeros, and then the rest of your student ID number. I strongly recommend that you write it down, maybe in a couple of different places. Take a picture with your cell phone, however it is you document your important information. Keep it somewhere safe where you can access it later. If you cannot locate your acceptance letter or you misplaced it, you can email admissions@haskell.edu to request a copy of it. And then once you do have it or have it again, I strongly recommend scanning it and then saving it to a cloud service such as Google Drive, because it's very possible that you'll need it to apply for scholarships later on. And then other things you'll need your student ID number for is different Haskell offices, such as IT. Let's say you get locked out of your Haskell email later. The registrar's office to identify yourself, especially if you're emailing from a personal email address. And then financial aid is another place. And these are just some examples. You'll need your student ID number for quite a few different things. So the student portal, this is what is used mostly for enrolling in courses during pre-enrollment, regular enrollment, add drop, different semesters. It is located at this web address here. And if you don't end up saving this to your favorites, which I do strongly recommend doing, you can always find it at the top of the main Haskell webpage. So there are a few different ways to enroll in courses, but the student portal is the one that really can work with your schedule. So if you're needing help at 4 a.m., I'm not going to be available and the registrar isn't either. Neither is your advisor, but you can use the student portal if that's the time that you have to enroll in your classes. Now, there are a few classes that you won't be able to use the student portal to enroll in because either the system doesn't understand that you meet the prerequisites, or it's a class that requires faculty approval, or it's full and you need to ask the instructor for permission. So in those cases, you will have to contact the instructor and or your advisor, possibly also the registrar, to navigate those cases when you do get approved to enroll in those classes, because the portal will not allow you to. There's some other items that you'll be using the student portal for throughout your Haskell career, such as looking at your grades, accessing your unofficial transcript, checking out your course schedule, because that's where your official course schedule is going to be. And then a few other items such as looking up your financial aid award letter, things of that nature. And there is a helpful video, if you are going to use it for enrollment, that shows you how to enroll in your courses. So when you end up at the landing page, make sure to check that out before you start trying to enroll. And also make sure the term that you select before you log in is correct. Okay, and your Haskell email account, this is going to be your official college account at Haskell, in addition to being able to use it for discounts, such as Spotify and maybe some other vendors, outside vendors that want a college email address to give you a discount. It's going to be very important to use this account for your official college business. I put the website for it here. You can really access it anywhere because it is part of the office.com Office 365 suite. So you will need it to be able to access it, because some departments, they will only use your Haskell email address, and your instructors, it's very possible they will only have access to your official Haskell email. So definitely, I recommend once the semester starts, check it daily, connect it to your phone or laptop. That way, well, you could actually connect it to both. That way you're getting your emails in real time if that's something that you need to stay informed. If you have not yet received your Haskell email account, email the IT help desk and let them know you need your account information, and you'll be including your student ID number when you do request this so that they know it's really you. And if you were ever locked out of your email account, it's the same email address. You would ask IT help desk for assistance with resetting your password. And they're generally open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So it's important that you know if you have access to your account before maybe you have an important deadline on the weekend. They're not going to be able to help you then. So that's all the more reason to be checking it frequently and making sure that you have access to it. And Blackboard, also very, very important. Once you're enrolled in classes, the registration system will communicate to the folks who populate Blackboard, and your classes will be entered on there. Again, here's the website you can access Blackboard at. You're going to get your own Blackboard account assigned by Haskell. I strongly recommend only using the one assigned by Haskell. Do not create a separate one. That has created some confusion for some students because their classes might get added to one account, but not another. And then your instructors may not know which one that you're using. So definitely don't create and use your own Blackboard account. Use the one that Haskell gives you. And if you haven't yet received your Blackboard account, again, email ithelpdesk@haskell.edu to request that. It will generally be your first name dot last name for most students. Here on the left, that's my Blackboard account. They do it a little different for faculty and staff, but if I were a student, it would be laura.rice most likely. And so once the semester begins, your courses should all be on there. And on your Blackboard account under courses, if you change courses, it's very possible you'll need to contact the IT help desk to let them know that your schedule changed and for them to please update it with your correct classes. Another way you could get it updated is asking the instructor to add you, but I usually recommend to students that they get a hold of the help desk because your instructors are doing a lot of different things at the beginning of the semester with regards to course preparation. Other things you'll be able to access on Blackboard is free tutoring through tutor.com. You don't need to log into the separate tutor.com website. Once you're logged into Blackboard, you'll be able to access it there. Different departments have information posted there. Financial aid does. They have some various forms and updates on their Blackboard organization account, as well as Student Success Center does too. And I believe Housing also has an organization account. And then if you don't have any courses and you are logged into your Blackboard account assigned by Haskell, again, email IT help desk for assistance. Let them know that you're enrolled in classes and that they are not showing up on your Blackboard account. And definitely check on that the first week of classes. And FAFSA, that's a free application for federal student aid. That is not a Haskell specific website, but it is strongly recommended that you file your FAFSA. You could file it now. It's July now at the time of this recording. I recommend filing early. Every academic year, you'll have to file a FAFSA, a new one. And that is how you find out if you're eligible for Pell Grant. And that is a grant that you're income eligible for. If your family makes below a certain amount of money annually, then you could qualify for Pell Grant. So I recommend if there's any chance you might be eligible, or If you're going to apply for outside scholarships, get your FAFSA in, and then the FAFSA communicates to Haskell as long as you list it as the college you're going to be enrolled at or are already enrolled in. And then the student aid report gets sent from FAFSA website to the Haskell Financial Aid Office. And then from there, you can follow up with Haskell Financial Aid once they have all that information. It's very important to, again, check your Haskell email, because if there's anything that needs to be corrected on your FAFSA, the Financial Aid Office is going to email your Haskell email to advise you of that you need to make corrections before you can receive or be deemed eligible for Pell Grant. And then Haskell eCampus. That is where you're going to access or purchase your textbooks. This is a new thing that Haskell is doing. We have not done this in previous semesters. So we'll all be learning how to use this together. You're going to go to the website and create an account. And then once you know which classes you're in, then you will get your textbooks. And they have a guidance sheet for being able to do that. And these I strongly recommend if you have a browser that allows you to do bookmarks, especially personally, I use Google Chrome so that I can access it on different computers. These are going to be the most important websites throughout your time at Haskell. So you're going to want to have them readily accessible so that you don't have to look them up each time. So I hope that this was helpful. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the various offices for help, especially IT help desk with regard to Blackboard and your Haskell email and your office account.